learning wing breath. Over the years, I realized that it's very important to bring as much oxygen into your system as possible, saturating your red blood system with oxygen. And then the oxygen gets carried by the red cells and deposit in the different layers throughout our body. It nourishes the bones, the skin, the internal organs, as well as the brain. But what I also realize is that most of us are shallow breathers. How often do you see people pump their ribs that you can literally see a movement in their shirt? Not that often. I always joke and I say, if you don't run after your food every day, or fight with other villages, or do 45 times a week cardiovascular, you are a shallow breather. We sit in our cars, we sit at the computers. Even walking lightly does not increase lung capacity. So what we have to do is make a conscious decision. And that conscious decision is to drag the air in throughout the day as many times as we can. Pump those ribs. I joke with my students that they have a little parrot over their shoulder, the Rami parrot, that says, breathe deep, throughout the day. I found tricks throughout the days that remind me to breathe deep because I realized that I forget, even that I really made a decision, a conscious decision to do it. I found out that when there's a red light, that's an opportunity for me to breathe deep. I found out that when I get into the car and close the car door and put the radio on, it's a sign for me to breathe deep. Before I get my emails, I press the button, wait for my email, close my eyes, and breathe deep. Waking up in the morning, opening the house door and stepping the first step outside, and on and on. When other people talking, especially when my wife does, that's just a joke. So this is a great opportunity for you to breathe in deep. This is the challenge. But when you do breathe in deep, you can lead the air into different lung cells, different parts of the lungs. In yoga, it's called chamber. In Tai Chi, it's called sections, areas. I've seen people move the air into the sides of the lungs. I've seen people move the air into the bottom front of the lungs. And I've seen people able to move air into the lower back and middle back of your lungs. Today, I will teach you to move air into the side of the lungs. And because you're moving air into the side, I decided to give it a nice friendly name, which is wing breath. Also, the method to make sure that you're doing it right is to put the thumb on the seam of your shirt, on the sides of the ribs, and have the fingers move to the front. So this way, if you are moving air into the sides, you will find out that your fingers will move away from one another. As you can see, I'm moving the air to the sides of the lungs, but I'm not moving air into the upper front, which is the common area that most people, if you ask them to breathe deep, will move their air into. Most people, if you ask them to breathe deep, they'll go right up into here. So this is just a little part of your lungs, the upper front part. Not many people can move the air into the different areas of the lungs or the chambers or the sections. So again, I'm putting my finger on the seam, the thumbs, then I'm allowing my fingers to move into the front of the trunk, ribs. Then I inhale, expand to the sides towards my wings, and exhale. You can see the fingers are moving towards each other. This is really about muscle isolation. You're able to tense certain groups of muscles around certain areas and not allow the air to move into there or restrict that area, versus releasing other groups of muscles and allowing the air to move to the desired area. You will be able to perform this over time and practice. And over the days and the weeks that you will engage in this course, you will realize that your ability to control the air moving into the lungs will get better and better with practice.